Here's something I made many years ago when I wanted to make a large version for a big crowd of children of the Borromean Rings. It's a famous display thing invented by Borromeo, whoever he was, an Italian, one part of the Renaissance, went on in Italy in 1500s. And it's how to put three rings together so they all hold on to each other like a chain. Normally you'd think, well, you need to undo at least two, this one here, put it on there, put on there. In fact, you only need to open one of them. The other one can stay sealed. That's sealed up, and this one is unsealable. It's just got that. And this is what you do. It's so simple. You take this, you pull that through like that. Those are now rings are joined together, and all you need to do is take the one that's separable and put it on there. Now let's see what we've got. Let's put this into here like this. That, believe it or not, it's the way it's laid out is. Let's do it again. Let's see, come on, fella. Something like that. They're laid out like that. And if you look into books of medieval Italy, you'll see these three rings interlinked, but only one of them needs to be separated in order to pull them apart. An extraordinary idea which has been in their creative mind, and it's widely used in many, many situations as a bit of very, very clever thinking that came out of the Middle Ages. These are large toys, there's only a few of them, which are too big to put in my suitcases, so I keep them separately on shelves and things. This is a charming one, which is from MoMA, Museum of Modern Art in New York. It was in the shop there, and it was a desktop monthly calendar. This one here has got a series of little magnets there, which means that stops there, or stops there, or stops there, stops there, to give you the months. And this one here, this is a magnet here, just anywhere in here, to give the day of the month, from 1 to 28th of February, and 1 to 31 in some of the months. So, and it's a very, very neat and elegant, very attractive way of doing it. First thing in the office, you alter this one if it's a change of months, and you daily push the little ball up to from 1 to 31, or whatever, 28th of February, to record the calendar day. It's a monthly calendar record, and a very, very interesting way of doing it. This I came across in sometime in the early 90s when I was touring the Frankfurt Gift Fair, and came across for the first time the wonderful invention of Johann Verlet. I went to visit his studio up in Hamburg later on. He'd invented this just by accident in his studio, and he called it Toroflux, and this is what it does. You'll recognise it easily. And it makes a lovely effect. But he made it rather awkwardly from a steel hoop like this, covered in plastic so it would hold on and the thing wouldn't just rub down. And within about a year he'd solved the problem by taking out the steel hoop and just having a bit of plastic, but with a little way of joining the pieces together. And it worked almost as well, not quite so spectacularly, but even so, it was a marvellous item. It took some time to actually catch on, so we had it on our website and our web shop for really quite a few years before the rest of the world caught on that this is a wonderful plaything to do, especially when you put it on your arms. It runs down bare arms and into people doing a bit like juggling almost. The Toroflux, the very first version that came out in the early 90s from Johann, and what a lovely invention that is. This is something the Japanese came up with, the sort of lenticular effect, because they make things look very, very three-dimensional. The background spots there seem to be down in a little pool, and there's a bit around the outside which is the higher level, and this is on the very top level. And you can see when you put things, simple everyday things on them, that they seem to float at different heights of them. Very well made, and just optical illusion mats with at least 3 levels of the plane to to perceive. It's a most ingenious way of doing some optical illusion work. The last item is something that's made many years ago, but it's an automata which works not by winding it up, not by batteries, but by sand falling. Sand, yes. Let me show what it does. The back of them I've got a sand hopper. There's a lot of sand there. You take it round here into the hopper here, just by turning this like this. So it goes round the corner and spills into the base there, and a bit more there, and a bit more there. And now we're ready to go, because it's going to fall down through the top of the V-shaped thing, pour into the little water wheel, and it's like a water wheel but a sand wheel. And every now and then when it's filled up enough, there's a little pivot there, it'll slow down and then it'll spin another section through there. So I'll watch one more go. You see what's happening there? Now watch what's happening in the front. Very, very nice effect. It's an acrobat, and he's slowing down, the sand's falling, it's just about ready to go over the top, and whoops, not quite. Let's see if we can actually go right the way over the top. Oh, and what's it going to do? Oh, it's going to go forwards. Oh, yes, isn't that beautiful? So it's quite a random thing. It depends exactly where the sand here is falling. It's put right over the top there, where randomly it falls in this side or this side, which means his actual turnover will be either clockwise or anti-clockwise, and it's entirely random. But it's very nice to be able to see something as simple as sand falling down through a hopper, creating such a lovely effect as that. So it's I had an earlier one of this, but this is a prize one which a friend gave me about 20 years ago, and it shows exactly what's going on, and to a very high degree of skill to make it perform very well. So 3 items which I can't really keep in cases, but I keep them on shelves and places where I can reach for them, and show them just very occasionally, because I have no idea in many cases what the dates of the things were when I bought them. That's a real favourite. So big toys can be a big lot of fun, and certainly are for me.